In this class, I'll be teaching my students how they can utilize sound in their videos in order for them to have a better understanding of how it affects their productions. Video productions are incomplete without sound. It is important to get the right sound for the visuals, which will not only power up the video, but also convey the message in an effective way. In this class, I'll be teaching my students how they can utilize sound in their videos in order for them to have a better understanding of how it affects their productions. A good sound in a video production is an important factor in the success of a video. A bad sound can ruin a video production. It can make a video feel incomplete and give it an unpleasant vibe. So when you're about to add music to your video, think about what's going on and what's about to happen when you add music to that scene. So if you're going to add like a fast-paced scene, you'll use fast-paced music. Now, if you're just using a serene scene, then use serene music. Okay, that's how that works. I was thinking maybe I need to raise that up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to leave that where it is. A good sound in a video production is an important factor in the success of a video. A bad sound can ruin a video production. It can make a production or a video feel incomplete and give it an unpleasant tone or an unpleasant vibe. So when you're about to add music to your video, think about what's going on and what's about to happen when you add that music to a scene. So if you're doing a fast-paced scene, use fast-paced music. Slow-paced scene, slow scene, slow music. Okay, so that's pretty simple. But the hardest part is mixing the music with the vocals. Now, music needs to be, and I'm just going to put out a number here for people that understand those numbers, because like I said, it's a master class. Y'all supposed to know a lot of this stuff, okay? A lot of the concepts. But music should not be any higher than a negative 18 dB on your soundtrack when you're doing post. Post meaning post-production, where you put everything into the computer and you mixing all this stuff and trying to get it right. You have to keep the music down. It will be heard. I mean, you're in there in post and you're listening, oh, this is a bomb song and I want people to hear it, you know. But then when your host or the people are talking in the scene, you can't make out what they're saying because the music's too loud. Another thing we deal with here in AltspaceVR is echo. Echoes are like, oh my God. It could be in 2 or 3 different places. One of the main things with echo is to mute. If you're recording with a bot, we all know what bots are, or a camera or what have you, you need to mute that camera, mute that bot to keep the sound from coming back. Secondly, most importantly, and anything I can say about echoes, and I'm gonna let echoes go, but the main thing about echo, if you're in your headset and you hear any sound, I don't care what it is, other than the other person talking, like if you're talking on a talk show, like on a set like this, I sit over here and my guests, they sit over there. So as long as I hear my guests in my headset, it's okay. But if I hear any kind of echo, I don't care how small it is, if you're doing a production and you're recording a scene, that thing's gonna pop out like a sore thumb. It's gonna bang every little place that you don't want it to bang. So you gotta remember, any echoes that you hear to any speaker, if you hear any speaker in the room while you're on your headset, that's gonna come back into your production. And I have a couple of videos out there where y'all seen where we thought the echo was gone, we didn't hear the echo, but it was still there. Another main thing you could do is record a little bit of the scene in the studio before you go live. And if you have any echoes and you're by yourself, those echoes are not going to go away. You got to troubleshoot that before you start your production. Now here we do a lot of live stuff. And like I said, last week was my first time going live on this set. I didn't know. I thought echoes would take care of themselves. They don't. I thought if I got rid of one echo, that was the echo. It wasn't. So you understand what I'm dealing with here, right? You're going to be dealing with the same thing. You're going to be dealing with the same thing. And also, when you finish each scene, do a pause. That'll give you a chance to cut to the next scene. That's just something I want to throw in there. Like I said, I'm talking, but we're going to edit this stuff out later. All right? Did I mute the audience? I need to mute the audience in case somebody comes in. Let's take care of that. You want to mute audience members. Yep, mute all. That takes care of anybody coming in the room. Because I don't close my room when I'm broadcasting. I just don't do that. And the reason being because people are curious in AltSpace. They want to know what's going on in AltSpace. If nothing's going on in AltSpace, nobody's going to be in AltSpace. But if there's something going on, people are going to find things that they like to do. Okay, they're going to find things they like in AltSpace. The importance of sound in video production cannot be overlooked. It is one of the most important aspects of any media production. If you are shooting an interview, for example, the sound quality has to be perfect so that the viewers can hear what is being said clearly and understand it. But what is even more important than dialogue or music is background noise. Now, how do you get rid of background noise? I'm going to show you a couple little tricks here. Check this out. I'm going to unamplify my voice for a second. All right, I'm unamplified. And I want to talk low because I want you to hear the difference. Because like if I come up here like this, walk around this way. Now, if I come in front of the camera like this, all right, and I'm talking, I don't need to be amplified. I'm right here. But let's say you have some background noise, construction going on or something. And this is in real life and even in AltspaceVR. If you have background noise, okay, it's going to come out in the production and you can't get rid of it. If it's in the same, you can do like a noise to sound ratio. You can do stuff in post like put in a gate, a noise gate. But we're trying to prevent things. The more things you can do in pre-production, the less headache you're going to have in post-production. Post-production is where you're supposed to put things together. You mix the gumbo together, it becomes gumbo. You mix the spaghetti together, it becomes spaghetti. But if you got so much salt, you put too much salt in the food, you can't get it out. I remember one time somebody put too much garlic salt in something. You can't get rid of that. It's a wrap. Now, I'm going to show you what you can do. Now, the first thing in noise is about noise, signal to noise ratio. Signal is a person talking. Noise is the stuff you don't want. What's ever going on in the background, construction site, what have you. Now, granted, you can't get rid of all noise, but to make the signal to noise ratio to a point where you can understand the sound regardless of the background noise and to cut some of the background noise out is to bring the microphone close to your mouth. So it's good to bring it close to your mouth and turn down the input a little bit. You know, then that way you got what you need. But if you got the microphone out here like this and somebody's talking, all this noise is going to come in. So as you bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, eventually you have like this. And then you have, I'm going to show you. Check this out. As you can see, my voice, and I'm talking low. Now I'm going to grab a microphone here. And I'm still talking low, but now you can hear me a lot better now, can't you? Okay. So bring the microphone close. So it could be like the rappers, way up in the mouth like that, if you want. Whatever you can do to keep that back noise out of there. So I'm going to come around to the front. And since I still have this microphone, you can hear me quite well. And the way these microphones work in AltSpace, no matter where you are, you could be in the front door, you could be in the back door or whatever, everybody in the space can hear you. So that means if everybody can hear you, that means your bot can hear you too, or your recording device can hear you. Okay. So what you want to do is, like I said, do a pre-recording. Go back to your computer. Come out of AltSpace, go back into your computer and listen to it and see how it sounds. If it sounds good, that's good. If it don't sound good, you got some fixing to do. Okay? You got some serious fixing to do. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm going to drop this because I have to hang on to it. I don't like hanging on to things in AltSpace because I need this thumb wheel for other stuff. I don't know. I might want to pick something else up. Okay? All right. Good sound doesn't come with expensive equipment. That's the worst thing you can do is throw good money after bad technique. Now, you have good technique, you don't really need expensive equipment. Or what I found out, now this is me. Good sound doesn't just come with expensive equipment. The quality of the signal is more important than anything else. Some serious consideration needs to be taken while recording a video. A good signal means good audio file, a bad signal means bad audio file. Irrespective of your equipment or the budget, doesn't matter. So if you got this microphone, let me grab my mic just as an example, and the guy's talking way out here, it could be a $50,000 microphone. It could be a $10 microphone. But all this space in the middle, gonna be a problem. You got all this space. That's all that noise getting in there before what's here gets to here. So you want very little noise between here and here. Pull this up. Keep it close. Now, if you're in a setting like this, you want to make sure that your guests are amplified, because if they're not amplified, it may sound okay if everybody is the same distance from your recording equipment or your bot or whatever you call it. Okay. But if not, the easiest way to solve that, and I still haven't figured out how to get 3 of these to work like they do up there. If you have a microphone here and a microphone here over here, and then you make sure your guests are amplified. You know, they can look on their little wheel that they give you here, and they can see if they're amplified or not. So make sure they're amplified, and that way everybody's on the same audio level, and it'll be easier to edit later. If you got one person that's too loud and somebody else not loud enough, then all of a sudden you got to go back and try to piecemeal that stuff back together. It's no fun. It's no fun at all. I've let some stuff go because I did not have time to fix it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. A good signal would be a person talking on a quiet street or in an empty room. A bad signal would be people talking on a busy street with cars going by, honking the horns, bump, 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 you know. The problem with adding music to your video production is that it can drown out poor quality sounds or cause distortion if too loud. That I have to explain. So like in my particular case, sometimes there may be a little background noise and I'm sitting there doing it, not usually in studio, but if you're out and about, by adding a little music on the bottom with that, it kind of muddles the noise, kind of gets rid of it. But you have to understand that when you have audio on a track, this is post stuff again, it's in post. If you have audio on a track, okay, and then you add music on top of that, right? Okay, you got noise, music, then you have your signal. All that adds up. In the digital world, if you're looking at your meters, you know, your meters go up as you talk, or this way. It goes in the yellow, it goes in the red. With digital, now analog, you could push a signal. Some of y'all don't know about analog. Analog is like you had the old tape recorders recording stuff, you know, that's analog. Digital is stuff like recording stuff on YouTube, and that's the easiest way to explain it. Something's recorded on a computer or through digital equipment where you're not using physical tape or physical platter. All that's analog. I mean, all that's digital. See, I made a mistake already. All that's digital. So I say that to say this. Anything above the zero, when you see it go up, -18, -15, -3, anything above zero is cut off. In other words, that's distortion. You're going to hear distortion. When you turn over zero, you're going to hear distortion. I may show an example of that. I don't know. Like I said, this is good. I may put examples because I can do screenshots here, but it's easier to do it in post. Because in post, you're putting the show together, you know exactly what you want to show. And you can go along with what you got going on over there, over here. Just want to let you know. Okay. So, what we learned is you have a good signal versus bad signal. And like I said, I got to keep these videos short because y'all attention span is like 2.5 minutes. No, it ain't you. It ain't the next person. That's in general. On YouTube, the attention span of people generally is 2.5 minutes. You can look at all your videos. I don't care if it's a video 5 hours long. 2.5 minutes, they're gone. Don't do anything interesting every so often. But that's another class. We're here to talk about sound, right? So that's what I have right now. Happy producing. If you have questions or stuff you want me to cover in the future, throw that stuff in the comments. That's what they're down there. This is my YouTube channel down here. That's where I am. YouTube/C/JoeSneaker. Easy to find. All right. Check out some of my videos. You're going to see some good stuff. You're going to see some bad stuff. Because, you know, Altspace is new to a lot of people. It's new to me. I've only been in Altspace maybe 6 months. I don't know. Oh, man. Till next time. As I walk into the wall. Oh, man, my guardian way off. Oh, the door is closed. Duh. If you have a guardian that goes through a door, make sure you open it. How do you open the door? Let me open this door so I can get out of here. There it is. It's right there. I'm out.